But she talks to him about why he's reserved, and this is where she learned some of his past. And this is where I was like, I have to remember they've only been talking for 6 months, because you should know 6 months in about someone's past, though. Like, why didn't you know that the relationship he had before you was a 7-year relationship? A 7-year relationship that ended because the female was the breadwinner, kind of like Elise is, and he was not making money. He literally said he was in love. The person loved him, but they couldn't work it out because she had a status that he could not keep up with. It sounded like she just wanted him to get a job. That's what I got from it. I don't know if you got that from it, but it definitely sounded like his ex.
It sounds like he likes getting women out of his league, and when I mean out of his league financially, because he's a handsome guy. So financially, it looks like he likes to get women out of his league, thinking that maybe he can climb the social ladder up a little bit. Because he likes to party. He likes to do all of these extravagance, go to pubs and bars that bet on the horses. It looks like he likes that life. So I just feel like, yes, this is definitely information you should have known within the first 2 months of y'all being together. What was your last relationship like? How long did it last? Why did y'all break up? Was it mutual? Questions. Those are questions you guys have to ask, because 6 months is quite some time, regardless if it's virtual or, in person. That's still something you need to know within the first couple of encounters, because how someone ended the last relationship will tell you all you need to know as far as how they handle conflict. Was it mutual? Did y'all agree? Did you disagree? Were you harmed? Were they harmed? Like, why did y'all end? Was it financial? Was it, yeah.
I think it tells you a little bit. I think that's why some people avoid talking about it, though, because it can tell you things that you need to know about conflict, but then you're only getting one side of the story. So it's not going to tell you everything you need to know. But I feel like people be afraid of how people will interpret it, how like a previous relationship ends, because people be judging. They have to if they're trying to date. But it's strange that 6 months in, even if you're across the world or not, especially if you're virtual, you have nothing to do but talk. Like, all you can do is talk on the phone.
Right. Like, yeah, absolutely.
There's no reason they shouldn't know about that. But he claimed he got his heart broken. Elise, she ignores, in my opinion, a lot of what he said and was just like, he says he feels safe with me. No guy's ever told that to me. And I'm just like, just because he feels safe. Again, it's been 6 months, baby. It's been 6 months. That's it. And then
go ahead.
She threw out pretty much every moral that she said she had set for herself. Elise told us in the last episode he slept on the couch and not with her because she wanted to avoid having sex because she's very sexual and this is how she does her relationships. She wanted to do it differently with him. But just on the second day, they sleep together because they left the beach and I guess they got tired of making out. So they took a shower together. She tried to make a joke about water preservation, but they have places you can rinse off at the beach. I'm just saying. You could have rinsed the sand off of you before you left, but I get it, girl. Get the dick. Do what you got to do. I'm not mad. I'm not a hater. But I just found it odd. Like you put so much into not having sex and then you have sex and then you tell us about his uncircumcised man part. I didn't need to know that.
I didn't need to know that either. I don't need that image in my head. I mean,
yeah. You unemployed and you got a hood over your. I'm just like, what?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Just saying.
Here's the thing. I feel like, Queen Latifah said it in a movie once and it never left me. People who usually are not around make very few mistakes. And the reason why that always sticks with me, especially in these kind of situations, is because everything does feel good. Everything does feel glory. Words mean much because they're never around to make the mistakes in front of you. So I just feel like, yes, she is ignoring a lot and then taking all of the, pleasantries about the relationship. But Josh is a walking red flag. And every time he opens his mouth, the red flag comes out, but she picks apart the sentence to pick out the words she likes. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, you can't do that.
I feel like people do this a lot, unfortunately, dating, but it's like
Hmm.
pick out the stuff you like, but also pay attention to the rest. But
Yes.
they get busy and then it looked like they were giving each other massages, and I did not care to rewind to find out. But she was on the couch in nothing but her little lace drawers, her little lace panties, titties out, no shirt, no pants, no socks, no shoes. And Chris walks in and he's like, oh, and I was happy that he walked in and like was and kept going, because I did think he would do more just based on his personality.
Yep.
But it's like, at least you can't get mad at Chris for being there. He's really doing his friend a favor by spending money to rent this place so that you could be comfortable, because for whatever reason, he didn't want to tell her the truth about who he really lived with. But of course, she has a problem with the fact that he walked in and feels like it killed the mood. Ay, ay, ay. So this is where they have a conversation, and it comes out. He finally tells her he lived with his parents for about a week, put his stuff there, and then he was couch surfing, and then he went to live with his friend Nat, who we now know Elise has spoken to on the phone. But Elise didn't have a problem with Nat until she met her in person. And I thought, from how they made the clip look when they showed like what was going to happen in this episode, I thought Nat would be like a raging bitch, and she was cool. I really don't have too much to say about her. I have a couple things, but I really don't have like too much that would make me think that she wants that man. I just don't. But Elise is again ignoring a red flag, because she's saying to herself she finds it weird, and she's telling us in the confessional she finds it weird that he lied. She would be like, it's not so much that he lives with a female, it's that you lied about living with a female. And I do agree with her. That's problematic, because I'm someone that's always had friends that were straight and boys. Oh, now what the heck happened? Now my fire alarms are going crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's hot in the Bay Area today. It's over 80 degrees, and it's not supposed to be. It was just raining and cold last week. And whenever that happens, I hear lots of sirens. But yeah, Elise is not acknowledging the things that she needs to acknowledge. You should have asked that man in that moment, girl, why did you lie? You don't sit on it and wait and then come back like Angel did on Housewives of Potomac. No, you ask him, why are you lying? Take me over there right now. Like, that would have been me. Oh, you live with her? You lie? Take me over there right now. Right now. I don't care if I have to drive on the Australia road. I will figure it out. But you're going to take me to Nat's house. Why didn't she do that? Did you feel that was weird for her not to ask?
Yes. Because at the end of the day, we could be staying with Nat versus living here with Chris. And I can see what your environment is. If we got to sleep on the couch, hey, Nat, just give me an extra pillow and a blanket, baby. I'm going to be good. But yes, we going to drive over to Nat's house. I'll drive if you need me to. When I tell y'all, I probably would get every ticket known to man, because we going to Nat's house. Trust me, I need to see what's going on. Does Nat have a 1-bedroom? Does she have a 2-bedroom? What is going on? Does Nat have 1 bathroom, or does she have 2 bathrooms? I'm just gonna say, does she got 1 eye on her stove, or does she got 4? Let me know. I need to see.
Because that is a big deal. Like, I've had friends
Yes.
that I was very close to, but no, that's weird to like just have people living with you at
Honestly,
that
I feel
age.
like if you were dating Mr. Best and you were staying with me, I don't think that you would then go and get an Airbnb and never bring him to see where you live.
No, but it's also different. You're not heterosexual. If you was strictly that, I
We
feel
don't
like
know if Nat is heterosexual.
we don't. But based on how they acted, I would just go off the fact for now that she may be. We don't. But I feel
Yeah.
like the situation is much different. I do agree with something Nat did say, not in this episode, but like when we saw the clip for it last week, like a lot of women would feel discomfort, not per se jealousy, but discomfort knowing that your man is living with a woman who's straight and or single, which it sounds like Nat might be. I just need them to dig deeper on
Yeah.
camera. But she does go to meet Nat. What the hell was this girl wearing?
It was literally, she just had like the strap on her titties covering up her areolas, stomach exposed, this little bitty ass
No
skirt.
shade. Her body was great, but like
Yes.
outfits like that, I want to see on women with curves.
I feel like I would never go to another country and just be that exposed. Like, I would be afraid I'm doing something illegal, even though I know I'm not in Dubai or a Muslim country where you have to be
No, it
more
still
conservative.
makes sense because
Yeah,
you're
I
half
still,
naked
yeah,
somewhere
I would.
across the world.
Yes, I'm just not going to be all like exposing everything about me, wearing short shorts and, hoochie daddy shorts, as they like to call them. I'm not going to do that in another country. I'm just not about to do that. So I just feel like I don't understand why she doesn't have any conscious of
If she was there in
that
a
being
group,
inappropriate.
like with friends, I'd be like, okay. But the fact that you're in a country alone as a woman, that can be a
Yes.
little dangerous. And then you're staying in a room and in a house with nobody else other than men that
Other
you
than
really
men.
don't know. That you
Right.
really don't know. So
And then you're meeting his friends for the first time, not and trying to make a good first impression.
it's like, girl, you may as well have gave him the draws because you was showing all of yourself naked anyway. The only thing he don't know what looked like on you is the inside of you. But ain't nothing wrong with dressing how you dress. It's just you could tell it wasn't winter in Australia. I was looking at the people around,
Everybody
his
was covered up.
friends, and even the friends was like, "Oh, she's very Miami." They were nicer than I would have been. I would have been like, "This bitch came up in here
I'm like,
half
do you need my
naked."
coat? Like, do you need to
Right.
cover up? Like, to me, I'm just sorry. It just felt like if the wind blew, we was gonna see everything.
And not all of Miami is like that.
No, they're not.
Oh.
I live there. They're not all like this. That is very commercial to make
Mhm.
Miami look like that. People wear clothes. Now,
Not
when I
people wear
say
clothes.
no, people wear clothes. Like, no,
It was
people
the
be dressed.
seriousness in your face. He
No,
said
because
they were clothes.
I lived there almost 2 years. People wore clothes. Like, people wore, like, they didn't do what she's doing. Now, on occasions, depending on what the event is, yeah, you will see that. Yes, what she had on, you will see that, depending on the event. Like Mrs. Best said, there's certain things where that is appropriate, but you're not going into no club, no bar, no lounge dressed like that. That's not happening.
She was, thank you, because that's a really good point too. Like you don't want to go meet like anyone important to anyone just dressed any kind of way. Hell, I put effort into when I went down to Arizona because I didn't want to just look like a ripper meeting Geo. I said I don't want to come up in here looking popular and crazy. I kept my glasses on when they came to California because I didn't feel like doing makeup that day and was hungover. I didn't want to just present any kind of way. Like if you care about someone, you should care about how you present to the people that
Yes.
are important to them. But I guess not everybody got common sense. But she came up in there half naked and ready to party, as Kim Parker would say. And everything was good at first. The friends were really nice to her. I like that about other countries, though. I feel like they embrace friendship, families, relationships much better than American culture. Sorry, American. I love my people who I got out here, but it is what it is. They were very kind to her, though. They were very welcoming, even though she was half naked. And things go well, but then Elise got to asking questions, and I'm like, I respect you partially, Elise, but then another big part of me was like, you asking Nat the questions you should be asking your man. And
Thank
I'm
you.
not trying to sound like a ratchet little girl from Oakland, but I'm going to just say this. Question your nigga and nobody else.
Right.
Because nobody else owes you shit. Why are you coming down on Nat? So she's asking Nat about them moving together. And she's like, I just learned that you guys moved in together. And then she lets it be known that she doesn't think that men and women can be friends without hooking up. And she says that she feels this way because that's been her personal experience. I why did my husband say in the background, that's too damn bad? I cannot. But I'd like to raise my hand and say that I've always maintained friendships with men. When James did not date men and was only dating women, I have maintained a friendship with him for many years before he even thought to look in the direction of a boy.
Right.
Okay? Nothing If you're my friend, you're my friend. I don't even
And
need
mind
to
you,
be
she
your
was
best.
married at that time too,
Yes,
for a whole decade
no
before I went to
issues.
men. No issues. I didn't even meet her husband yet. No
No, I
issues.
visited, spent the night. So that's not. It should. You can be friends with guys who are
Yes, and
straight.
I was respectful. I didn't even sleep in the bed with her. I slept in the bed with my other friend who was
I
single
wish
at the
you would
time.
have, because that other bitch was nasty, James. I wish you
I
would have.
was not doing that. I'm sorry. I have way too much respect for her
James
husband,
said, so
who
when
I
I
didn't
meet
even
this
know.
man,
I didn't even know him. I was like, no, I got too much respect for him. I'm not gonna cross those bounds. Even though I would never. She's like my sister. I would never. But it was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm not crossing those bounds. I even slept on the little couch the second day that was way
that
in the
was some
corner.
bullshit. And I got stuck in the bed with an oily person who couldn't keep their parts to themselves. And I've never been more uncomfortable. Y'all did me more dirty than Angel did them or RHOP. And my husband's laughing. What shit happened to respect your ass?
Hey, I'm for the bro code. I really am. I am not
No,
listening.
there's a Mina code. Fuck him. Y'all don't know what I went through. I almost snapped at that girl. I almost barked on the way out of Arizona. And James do it. But he is right. Like most people, like it's not no thing. You can have male friends. Most of
Yes.
my friends, honestly, are men. I don't do too well with females. As soon as I sense anything funny, I just disengage, as Meredith Marks would say. But you can be friends with people without hooking up with them. You can sleep in the same bed, all of that, and it not be nothing. It's just a lot of men, because they are physical and they can't help it, especially a straight man that's with a straight attractive female friend. Like it just is what it is. But you could be friends at least. So that did show a little insecurity. Also,
Yes.
look at yourself. Why can't you have a friend without hopping on the dick? I mean, I know dick be great, but avoid it. You don't gotta
I
hop on.
actually agreed with Nat. I felt like that is an American thing where Americans think like this and other countries do not. Well, I don't know. When we get to BeerCon and my homegirl over there, because he seemed to think that way too. So maybe we'll exclude Turkey about it. Maybe, because he said out his own mouth, women and men can't be friends without there being something sexual. So, but in most countries, I've actually heard this in a lot of countries, that the relationships, people can be platonic. It does not have to cross sexual bounds. So I do agree with
That's
Nat.
actually true. That's
Yeah.
a very good point to bring up. And that is true. However, Nat also said when we saw that he was living with her and he brought up other stuff, we saw Nat and him talking, and it seems he's had issues dating other women in Australia because he lives with her. So I think it is more accepted overseas, but I also feel like a woman that's dating a man that can't offer her anything financially, cannot offer her any type of stability, and then in addition to that, you sometimes employed and you live with a female, I think that may be his problem.
Yeah.
And he probably does not see it that way because he's just focused on what he's getting out of the situation, which is free rent. And Elise questioned that. She did. She was like, well, are you financially gaining? And he's like, yeah, I don't pay no bills. She's been extremely gracious. And she's like, okay, so she has a financial hold over you. And even though the friend got offended, which I could understand, like if someone told me I had a financial hold over James just because I let him sleep on my couch, if he fell on hard times, I would be offended too. Cause it's like, damn, bitch, I can't help my friend.
Right.
And I am the friend that like will let people sleep on my couch.
Well, it is insulting because it's kind of feeling like you're pretty much putting her in a position to prove your point. That if she's not fucking you, then she's financially being your sugar mama, which is kind of saying that, okay, you're now challenging my ethics as a person because you think that I have to pay for a man to live with me. How dare you?
That's true.
How dare you?
That's true. Yeah. But Nat, I've had, like, my friends have always been best friends. James, the master, Antonio. Like, I don't know why I do well with the boys. But whenever they have girlfriends, I do my best to make them feel respected. I think that's important if you care about your friend. Like, I have a friend, unfortunately, who passed away, RIP Two Tone, but I still talk to his wife pretty frequently. And at first she was kind of like, I don't know. And she told me, she was like, well, if you were ugly, I'd feel better about it. I said, oh, well, thank you, girl. And I told her, I said, you probably got to worry. If anything, you got to worry about me telling you how fine you is, not wanting to do anything with him. Not ever. But I do my best to make the partner feel comfortable. And I feel like Nat was trying to do that, and Elise should have picked up on that and accepted it. Again, your problems with him, Elise, not her. But I do want to know why he lied, and I'm curious to see what happens with them. Did you want to add stuff just in general? Thoughts, concerns, complaints about these people?
The only thing I will say is I wish Elise wouldn't have questioned her that soon. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I wish she would have waited to fill Nat out first to see what kind of person she was. And then if you still were unsure, have questions. Because pretty much people give themselves away. You can look at energy towards a person. You can look and you can really observe if you're really like someone who's observant and can see behavior. So I really wish she probably should have felt her out more before coming with those questions. Because now if Nat really is in his ear and can influence him not to be with you, based on your behaviors, because realistically, I would say that Nat really didn't do anything that warranted you to question her the way you did. But it's like, so if she says that she has that influence, then I can see in this situation why he would fall back on you, because that really is disrespectful. But then at the same time, that's why I said I wish she would have waited, because then I would have been more on her side. I really would have been. If Nat was then, after she felt her out and then Nat was doing some bullshit, then I can say, yeah, Nat tripping, Nat want to sleep with him and he probably don't find her as attractive. That's probably what it is. But I can't say that now because Elise is tripping, you know? So I wish she would have waited. I do. I wish she would have waited till maybe the second or third encounter. I'm pretty sure there will be one.
Mm,
The way this man like to circulate his friends, I'm pretty sure there would have been a second and third encounter. Because he seen he can't do nothing without his friends, especially not his homeboy. But I know he did have a friend that was fine as hell. I was looking at it, I said, damn, I'm not
All of
into
his
white.
friends were like handsome, and the females were pretty attractive. There's just some
Yeah.
good looking people out there in what
I
they
just
call
don't
it,
know.
the down under.
Yeah, I just don't know how accepting y'all is to color folk. And I don't want to go out there and then the first thing y'all tell me is some bullshit, because then I'm going to leave.
I've heard mixed and
Me
matches.
too, yes.
As
And I
well
was
as
watching some videos of people who actually currently live there and show their day to day, and I was like, oh no.
yeah, I actually know an African American friend that moved there, and someone from our high school named Nathan, who I'm very close to. He moved. He was in Australia for 10 years after high school, and then he moved to New Zealand. But he was like, he's white, but he was like, I miss seeing black people around. When I do, they seem surprised I'm nice. I was cracking up. I said, oh Lord. But shout out to him. Went from Hayward to New Zealand. That's crazy. He was really that sick.
I wish I would have did some shit.
I wish I would have too. Hey,
okay.
but y'all, let's get into. I'm just gonna call them the show. Lisa and Daniel.
Yes.
Are the next couple we put a? I cannot with them. I cannot. Like, Daniel, please stop. Please. Like, he is sending me. So Lisa took Daniel on a romantic excursion. He's really upset after learning that Lisa's still married. He says that the ancestors may banish him because she's still married. I said, well, hell, nigga, they know that the ancestors, they watching, right? I'm African. I was taught that the ancestors are always with us and they're always watching. Right. And they understand that we're going to send, and it's about how we come through and correct things and all of that. They're supposed to know the path. He's panicking, like, what is my ancestors going to do? What's my uncle going to do? And it's like, they can see you, Negro. Like, don't you understand that they can see you, Daniel? But anywho, he's freaking out over the ancestors. Lisa took him away to a deserted resort that she did not read the Yelp reviews on.
She saw it was $29.99 a night, so she just said, she said, yes, we're gonna do this. It's cute enough, it's clean, at least for the most part. So yes, we finna do this. I don't blame you. I've had plenty of those nights too, Lisa. I don't blame you.
I can't with Lisa. I absolutely cannot with Lisa. I just can't with her. She makes me laugh. StreamYard's really tripping today. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to have a background. I'm on the couch. Y'all caught me. And yes, that's my microwave in the back. It ain't working today. Sorry. But these people, when he found out that she was a lesbian, he said, "Go away from me. Go away from me." He gave us the African, "Go away from me" with this Apollo. He
Gave
said, "Do not
African
come
Phaedra.
closer." I said, "Lord help us." He's too much. He's freaking out. He does seem genuinely upset. I don't think he's upset out of being heartbroken. I was watching a pillow talk like the other day. It was just on TV. One of these couples that I don't like on 90 Days, she was like, "Oh, I think he really cares." No, he doesn't, bitch.
No, he doesn't. No,
Daniel
he
is
does not.
sad at his green card
Yes.
from literally being within reach and sight.
And she coming with all this fuck shit and like seriously and lying. And how is he supposed to trust her? Because then the next thing you finna find out, she got bad credit. She didn't fucked up the church's money. She really ain't got no job like that.
Barely
raised her daughter. So it's like it's more shit on top of shit. And he's just trying to get a clean slate to come to America. And I keep telling Daniel, if you watch it, I don't know if you have YouTube out there, but if you watch me, I'm telling you, your next plan of action is Phoenix, Arizona. There's women who got their own houses, 2 vehicles. One will be for you, one will be for them. She work over there at Discover like I used to, and she work at Starbucks at night. So she got 2 jobs until you get the job at the U.S. Postal Service like the rest of y'all get up here and y'all be doing it, or UPS, whichever one you want to do. You messing up your blessings, Daniel. And they ain't been with women, I promise you. Women out here don't do that shit. It's mainly the men. But women out here don't do that.
And the temperament of the area is also geologically similar to where you're from. It's warm.
It's warm. Yeah, exactly.
You got to drive a little far for an ocean, but it's warm.
I'm just saying they'll take better care. At least they got shit behind them. Lisa ain't, and they not gonna lie to you.
Somebody in Arizona, just write Daniel.
You just write Daniel. He handsome. He ain't gonna come my way. So go ahead and get him. He handsome.
You don't want to be banished further by the ancestors. Oh God, Daniel, I can't take them seriously, but it was
me either. They need a spinoff.
It's the drama in his face, the messed up haircut. It's a lot. The wig. Now he gives her back the the ring. Lisa gave him a ring. I said, Lisa, he's already proposed to you. You don't need to give him a ring until you're married, and you're not supposed to be doing that yet. Which tells me Lisa probably intended to do that and lied to her daughter, but I will digress on that matter until I can confirm it at the tell-all. But he gives back the ring to Lisa and he says, "No, stay over there. I want you to take this back. You from head to toe, secrets and lies." I said, "Oh." And then he told her, "You're full of evil." I said, not she's full of evil and dressed in secrets and lies from head to toe. She really pissed off this African man. Okay, when an African tells you that you are anything head to toe, you have pissed them off.
You have done the unthinkable. You have done the unthinkable. Like when I tell you, I said, "Damn, Daniel, you really read this lady," because one, he's not lying. That's the first thing. That is not her hair on her head. So. So from head to toe, yes, it is secret and lies because you didn't know what the fuck was under that wig. So yes, she is lying.
And I'm still looking like, Lisa, I would have kept my wig off proudly. But now, especially if I was going to go through all of this, I would have kept the wig off.
But I would have kept my wig off, through some curls in that hair and called it a day. Like when I tell you, Lisa crazy.
They made me laugh too because when he handed her back the ring, she tried to back up. She said, no, I will not. I don't want the ring back, Daniel. He was like, no, you have to take it. I said, oh, Lord. I felt like I was watching what they call the Nigerian soaps, the Nutellas or no something.
I forgot. I know what you're talking about because I was just watching one.
It
Prime.
gives you that.
Yes.
It definitely gives you. Prime got a whole lot of them too.
They do, yes.
It gives you that. And I was just cracking up. Now, they go their separate ways and sleep through the night. And the next morning, we learn from Lisa that Daniel slept on the couch and hotel couches are not comfortable. He slept on the couch. Lisa slept in the bedroom. And she said, but he hasn't said yet he doesn't want me, and I'm not giving up on Daniel.
until he says he doesn't love me anymore. I'm not giving up hope.
That's your problem, Lisa.
Lisa,
I'm trying to
the
be
man
nice to
told
people
you
that are
you was
elders.
evil. The man said that you're an abomination because you sleeping with your fellow woman. The
He
man then
did.
told you that he wants nothing to do with you because you have secrets and lies. You lie all the time. Everything is a lie. Every day it's something new. And honestly, aside from the same sex bullshit, because I feel like Daniel, you too antiquated for me. That's really ridiculous in y'all country that y'all still have those views. But the whole thing about her having secrets and lies, I do agree with him. I feel like every day Lisa is telling him something new that she should have told him before she took her ass out there. I do feel like, and she even said it out her own mouth, I should have told you these things before I came out here to give you the option. And that's what we're saying a lot of the times when me and Mrs. Best talk about, anything that's LGBT matter. Yes, everybody should be telling everybody the Rolodex of who you've been with, especially if it could be same sex, so you can give that person then the option whether or not they want to be with you. Now, if they don't want to be with you, that means they weren't meant for you. Move the hell on. But if they do end up with you, knowing that information, they can't come back to you and say, well, you've been with it. You were okay with it because I told you. So, yes.
That's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. That's the honest to God truth. They get on my nerves. Hey, Jewel, you found your way over here. Welcome in. I didn't know you watched this show. This has been the fight of my life covering this too. Jewel says Daniel is truly going in hard for the green card. Hard. With a hard
like, we just found the wrong lady. I said to Daniel, I don't know Daniel. I can't follow him on social media, but I said, come to Phoenix. There are plenty of women out here. Because he seemed like he want a colorless one. So there's plenty of
clearly because he knows a colorless woman is easier to fool.
Absolutely. And out here they are. They are like, I'm trying to tell you, you probably won't even need to work. If you know how to smoke a good pork, something or whatever you eat, beef.
Smoke a good pork. So she said Lisa should have a couple diapers handy just in case Daniel is right on the edge, but die hard, determined, and focused on the exit. You know,
he just found the wrong lady, though. That's all that is.
Lisa, it surprises me that what hasn't gone through her mind once. After I shit on my man, the only thing I would be able to think is he's leaving. The fact that she's not still focused on that and figured after pooping on him that she would then tell him about this was baffling. She should have told him as the poop came, in my opinion.
Well, maybe she thought, in their times, a root. Maybe that's what she thought this was.
I'm just like,
she just didn't go the spaghetti route. She just went this route.
I cannot,
because I would have been gone. I would have got my shit. Lisa would have been crying in that hotel room because I would have been gone. That's something I do not want anyone to do to me. I don't care how long I've been married to you. I don't care how long I've been with you. The moment you do that to me,
don't shit on me until you could qualify for Medicare. If it's before then, it's too soon and I'm out. Okay, unless you had some crazy accident, I don't want to deal with that. But they finally come together to talk. It's hard to cover this objectively. It's so hard.
It is.
The next morning they talk, and she's like, Daniel, I want to, please, just allow me to be. I do not want to talk to you. I'm cracking up. He said, allow me to be. And she came out in her red Sheen romper with the belt. I see you, Lisa. That's 1367 on Sheen, baby. It's not really meant for you, but you bought it, and you was on TV. You bought this, and I bet you that wig came from Sheen too.
Yes, it did. I was like, yes.
I'm starting to think that wig came from Sheen.
Because that's why she had all the blisters and shit on her forehead. Because I know somebody that's happened to. She was actually a bridesmaid at a wedding here, and she brought a wig from Shein because there was a certain hairstyle that the bride wanted all of them to do, and she ain't had no hair. So she bought a wig from Shein, and they did the style, and then the glue from the wig that came with the wig ended up giving her blisters. Yeah. because she didn't take it off till the next day. And of course, me being
That's
the
why you
color,
don't use the glue that come with the wig, girl.
you
Go
don't.
to
And
the
I
hood
told her
and
that.
find the scariest beauty supply you can and walk in.
I don't know why you. I told her, why you just didn't do the clip-ins like our other girlfriend. Why you gonna get you a whole wig from Shein? Because
Well,
it doesn't.
ain't shit either. Because if you gonna plan a wedding and require a hairstyle for everybody, make sure you know which one of your friends is bald headed and which one's not. That's all.
Well, these are colorless people, so of course they don't have the couth like we
They
know.
don't wear wigs and weaves. They should really know who bald headed. You see it. That's even less of an excuse.
What I'm saying is they not paying attention. She gave them a hairstyle. She told them to get extensions or a wig. She didn't want to get the extensions, so she brought the wig, and then she didn't know wigs were expensive, the good one. So she brought one from Shein because it looked cute on the head it was on. And yes. And then when we was taking that shit off the next day, literally I had to take a butter knife and like literally do like this to kind of get it off because it was y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all know this now. I'm best friend. I'm not that kind of gay best friend. I don't do the whole changing clothes thing. I don't do hair. I am not stylish. Do not call me for that shit because I'm gonna rip the shit off and you're gonna have less hair than what you had.
Not you go rip it off. Scarlett?
Yes, because I took a butter knife. Why would I put a? You know, you're not supposed to put no butter
Somebody
knife.
go get his mama. Absolutely not. He said, "I'm gonna rip the shit."
Yes, I'm gonna rip the shit out because I'm the in between kind of guy. I'm not knowing what to do, so I took a butter knife.
In between is not ripping it out your.
Listen, she said, "Get it off my head," and I said, "Okay, well, the only way I'm gonna get off your head, I stuck that butter knife to wedge it in."
Oh my God,
yeah.
StreamYard. Sorry, Jewel. The comment went up, then came down, then went up, all on its own. Clip-ins.
We tried to tell her goofy ass, but that shit, she didn't want to do it. So that
probably would have been better too.
It would have been. I said, because girl, anybody can clip that shit in. Why are you gonna get a whole wig from Shein of all places to get a wig? Shein. Okay.
Better off on Amazon. But child, Lisa and her romper from Shein, she tried to talk. He didn't want to talk. And, he says he's unsure if he wants to be with Lisa. Her facial expressions when he was telling her that were killing me. Lisa be giving the nastiest Mac Dre Fizz face that she could give. Okay? She be giving it. But they didn't really get anything. They tried to talk, and he was telling her that she's a disgrace for being a lesbian. And she was like, "But Daniel, it's a disgrace in your culture, but in my culture, it's not." Lisa, I wouldn't say that either. It's still very much so frowned upon and not accepted here either. If it was, wouldn't it be legal federally? I'm just saying. If it was, would they need their own spaces and clubs as if we still got the coloreds and whites water fountains like we in the civil rights era? It's not fully accepted here either. People act like it's accepted, but in my opinion, it's not fully accepted here. But I'd like to ask Lisa a question of this. As a lesbian woman, because I view Lisa more as a lesbian than I do as a woman that would date a man. 21 years with no dick, you're a lesbian, girlfriend, okay? Because I've dated women, slept with men. I've done each side, and I don't miss the coochie. But if something was to happen and it was to go away from the dick, I would miss the dick and probably be calling Mr. Best. Like, I know we ain't cool right now, but you're going to have to come back. Like, so Lisa, 21 years. Long time. And
that is a long time.
She was extremely offended by the things that Daniel was saying. And just because you did wrong and lied, stand up for yourself. Stand up for your sexuality. Like, yes, I told a lie, but I'm in love with you. Yes, I told a lie, but you can't expect me to acknowledge your culture while not wanting to acknowledge mine. Because I'm in Nigeria temporarily, but I'm not staying here. The goal is for you to come to my country. So all this shit won't even matter. But Lisa can't really do that because she's just pure evil and full of lies from her head to her toe. And she just sits there and kind of lets Daniel call her a disgrace, which I didn't think was okay. Like, when she told you she was married, to me, that's a bigger deal than her being a lesbian. Somebody still being married and wanting to date, to me, is crazy. But you're gonna call her a disgrace just because she done slept with some women? Like what? That's crazy to me. But he's basically insisting on talking to his fake ass uncle about their relationship. Lisa, you're never supposed to chase a man. In Nigerian culture as well, just so everybody knows. Daniel's playing a game with her, and if she didn't tell so many lies, she would have been able to call out the game that he is playing. I don't think she would have, but she would have been able to do it. But how did you feel just as a whole about Lisa and Daniel's segment this episode? They're a lot.
I thought for TV it was absolutely amazing. I feel like y'all got gold. I want them to have a spinoff. You could just have him come here and they could just do like a road trip together or some shit and just be goofy because they are hilarious. I'm sorry, they are hilarious. I hate that they did not make it to the 90-day fiance thing because they're not together in real time. But oh my gosh, I can't get enough of them too. Lisa is a hoot. But some of the things I didn't agree with Daniel on is I don't think you need to involve your uncle like this. I really don't. I think you're doing this to shame her. And that is really sad because I kind of feel like she doesn't deserve that regardless of her past. Everybody has a past. What does your past look like? Is it squeaky clean? Are you still a virgin? Like, I need to know these things because to me, I feel like you're shaming her, but we don't know not a damn thing about you.
That's right.
So I feel like to me, that's not fair. So I kind of feel like for me, as much as I want to hold Lisa accountable, because yes, she did lie, and yes, Lisa is full of shit for this relationship. But I feel like at the same time, Daniel, your friends didn't answer not a damn question. We don't know nothing about you. And
they said he was walking around with his ass out.
And I want you to give Lisa all the money back that she's giving you for the new clothes and all the shit that you have. I want you to go back to those pants where your ass was hanging out for the easy access. I want that to happen then because I feel like that's fucked up. You took her money. So I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't.
It's like we've been saying, me and James been saying the whole season, they are scamming each other.
Mm-hmm.
They literally are. And next week he's going to make a comment talking about, I did not think that white people lied. Shut the fuck up, Daniel. Look at African history. Part of why I'm stuck over here in America having to have a president that's orange is because white people lied to y'all years and years ago.
Yes.
Look up slavery.
They would educate us and give us all these different factors and let alone we over there cleaning houses and getting whipped.
You didn't think white people lied.
I would think if anything, y'all would know better than we would know.
That's Daniel Africa would know, yeah. His mom say a white person saved her from the war, and because of that, she wanted her son to be with the white man. I believe that she probably wanted her son to be respectful of the people. I don't think she would say that. And just because one saved you don't mean all of them are great. Some of them are, but they have a history of colonizing based on lies. Look it up. Not just in one country and like several of them.
No, I think his mama told him that white is right. So you need to find white so it could be right and you'll live well. Because that's what they tell. And because in Florida, that's all I ever heard. When I was looking at the Caribbeans that were married to white men, I thought it was odd. Mm-hmm. And then I learned slowly but surely that in their mindset, white is right. So that's where I'm going.
It's very strange though, because Africans usually encourage and want people to stay within the culture, or at least in the country of Africa. Mm-hmm. But his mama sounded like something else, or was.
Lord rest her soul.
Shandy said, what day of the week does this come on? You told me last week. No. TLC. This comes on TLC. You can also watch on HBO Max and Discovery Plus, I believe, are partnered with TLC. So you can watch on those apps. And it airs on Sundays. It airs every Sunday. It's a mess. It's funny, but it's a mess. Quick question. How many years do you have to have no penis to be considered a lesbian?
It don't take no years.
If you're dating women,
and you're openly doing it, and you're doing it for 21 years, not having any penis, you're a lesbian. So if you go the first few months and you're actively in a relationship, you're a lesbian. Once you cross that line, you are that. Now, can she be bisexual? Yes. Plenty of people are. But once you cross that line, you're either bisexual or you're gay. There is no more straight once you then cross the bounds. And here's the thing, as I said, I feel like a lot of people are bisexual, just don't know it. So, I just feel like Lisa is definitely a bisexual. I feel like she's one of those strategic bisexuals where she wants to be taken care of. So she'll go to one person.
All of her relationships, it does seem like she just dates whoever will take care of her.
Yes.
And that's
why I said strategic, because there's a such thing as a strategic gay person. Because I know them too. That will sleep with anything as long as they got a pillow, some hot food, and a hot shower.
A lot of people do this, and regardless of sexuality, people dating and seeing what they could get out of people. But Lisa, that's what makes this situation with Daniel so strange, because I know what he wants out of it. I don't understand what she wants out of it. But maybe we'll learn one day. Depending on the time frame, twin, I might be right on that edge. Oh Lord. Not right on the edge. No.
On the edge of what?
Unless you've dated women, you're not bi or lesbian. It don't matter if you ain't had dick in 70 years, unless you have dated women.
Unless you dated women. We're not saying if you go without, because
people go without. That's celibacy.
I'm gonna say the last time I was with a woman was right before Geo. So when was that? 2024? Yeah, so I was with a woman a month before I was with him. So yes, 2024 was the last time I was with a woman. So it's like,
people do it. Doesn't understand celibacy, but we do. Like some people are celibate for 30, 40 years. They doesn't mean you gay or bi or any of that. But if you step out of celibacy and the first person you sleep with as a woman is a woman, then you've crossed over to going both ways or one way, whatever your choice may be. 5 times, Jewel. She has been married 5 times, and I agree with Jewel. There is no team. I think
there is no team. It's whoever wants to take care of her.
It's whoever wants to take care of her. And I think another piece of it is Lisa gives insecure. And I think she says yes to whoever's interested in dating her. She doesn't give me somebody that'll say no and break up with you.
Right.
I think she wait from the other person to leave. Is this the show with the chick with the bad wig? Yes. And the scabs on her head and all the shit in the bed. Yes, Shanny.
That's her.
Daniel's friends have stories that would no doubt get Lisa back on that plane home in a heartbeat. She didn't care.
She didn't care. That's the thing. No. She doesn't care what Daniel could have 10 kids and a whole chick on the side. Lisa's not going anywhere.
She's not.
She gonna get mad, but she's not going anywhere. That's the problem. Lisa is 100% in this.
I feel like her ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife left her to be with somebody.
Yeah.
And I feel like Lisa has been trying to find somebody for so long and probably thought going to another country would make it faster, but she told so many lies.
Right.
Oh no, I don't date women. I know you don't, twin.
We know you don't. You ain't that kind. We know.
You just have sense and ain't letting just any nigga in your space, which is smart.
Exactly.
Smart. How Robert Downey Jr. said in the movie Tropic Thunder, everybody's gay sometimes. He did say that.
It's funny because my friend Katrina says that about her husband all the time. And I just look at her. And then when I saw him drunk, I didn't understand what she was saying.
Some women are okay with dating a man that could go both ways. If you love him.
Listen, she told me he make $375,000 a year. Do you really think I'm going anywhere?
Oh, yeah,
and I ain't got to work. I said, you make sense, friend. Okay. She said, I'm not going no fucking where.
Pick my beautiful home spot. Pick a favorite vacation.
And she said, and she told me, and she said the sex is good. So whatever he did before me, listen, that's on him. I'm comfortable. I said, Katrina, you ain't shit. She goes, I know.
I mean, a man that's getting a little gay while married to his woman, he ain't shit either. So she just getting even the way I see it.
Hell yeah, she taking advantage of it because she don't do a damn thing.
Oh no, we're not gonna cut you. Never. Right. I'm not going nowhere. Okay.
So if he was gay before you and he made $375 a year, you ain't going nowhere.
No. I'm gonna do like Trick and Joy and come around when I, if I mess up my bills and something, we're gonna be together forever. Forever and ever. Ain't shit, ain't never been shit, ain't never gonna be shit. You're damn right. That's right. Absolutely. $375K a year, dinner is ready, breakfast is always fresh. You cool, and you paying for the food. Who is next? Lord help us. Who is next? Y'all make me giggle. Rick and Trisha. And shout out to our replay gang. I haven't acknowledged y'all yet. I appreciate everybody for watching my long ass before the 90-day recaps. They're so long because these episodes are 2 hours long. And I thought it would just be like an hour, and was telling James, oh no, maybe because it's the premiere. Well, 14 weeks later,
We still like, damn.
2 hour long episodes. So I apologize to you for your time, because I'll be trying to ship it through, but
you good. Take your time. No, you're good.
But we are halfway through, y'all. Rick and Trisha.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get this laugh out. I loved every part of this segment. I loved it, loved it, loved it.
Because he was uncomfortable. Uh-oh, you're lagging. I don't know if it's me or you.
It's you.
Huh. Maybe it's StreamYard. I don't know.
StreamYard. We blame StreamYard.
I'm just, now I'm lagging.
I'll go off camera for a little bit.
You turned your camera off, it made me lag. But it's okay. It's okay. It's StreamYard. Apologies. That's the software we use. But Rick and Trisha were funny because he was uncomfortable the whole time, which I think he deserved. Shani said, no, James, baby, it's you. Okay, I thought I was tripping. Who knows? Who knows? He lives on a very busy street, and there could be a lot of network traffic also where he's at right now. Probably everybody's home in your building.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, it is. I don't know what you did, but yes, you fixed it. Anywho, they go to meet Trisha's family. Beautiful. I love this. Shout out to everybody African. Woohoo! Go me.
They were so beautiful. When I tell
beautiful
you,
culture.
everybody was so beautiful.
Her whole family is attractive. They were all. She looked just like her daddy. She looked just like her uncle. Her sister was beautiful. Her brothers were handsome. Just beautiful people. I love how the families were living together in harmony. Sometimes I wish that we could adopt that here in the US instead of everybody going your own. Let's just be accepting of who's around in a way that's not problematic and live together. They are proof that you do not need everything that they tell us we need to be happy. I loved learning about Madagascar culture through Trisha, so thank you for that, even though she'll probably never watch this live. I loved it. But she willing to forgive him for the moment. And, I understood that. Me personally, I'm not inviting anyone to meet my family unless I'm absolute about you. James is like that too. He's very selective from what I've seen and who meets his family. So I feel like that's a good way to be. Trisha needed to be more selective in who met her family. If someone just cheated on you, maybe don't bring them around your family, especially if you're struggling to get over it yourself. And Rick, stop playing with this young girl, you perverted trollop. Because why the fuck are you asking for a quickie before she sees her family? It's almost like he just wants his last fuck before he knows that this girl lets go of him. Because I think he knows that the family won't accept him. Because he knows he doesn't want kids. He knows he's not interested in marriage. He knows he's recently cheated. He knows he's full of crap. And he knows he's old. He knows. But he doesn't care. And I feel like he just uses her for sex whenever he can and kind of objectifies her as like a sexual object or entity. And I don't like that. Like, at all. But it could just be me. It could just be me. But they finally get to the house of the family. And again, the family was beautiful. They all show him around. They were so hospitable as well. They showed him the living area. They showed him where he will shower. Be grateful for what you got, because they did not have running water, but all of those people were happy. They pooped in a way that you would poop, and they made like a little outhouse or whatever, but it was all very sanitary. They found a way to do what they have to do. They get their water from a well, groundwater, which is some of the cleanest and freshest fresh water that you could have, while Rick was over there acting foolish and slightly ignorant. But when he saw the shower and the toilet, I did get annoyed, and I understood Trisha's embarrassment, because he was like, hell no. I said, nigga, put your South Central, Pasadena, Inglewood up to no good. Put that away. You're not in LA, Rick. And that's rude. If I go to anyone's house, like even if they have running water, and I'm like, hey, the toilet is clogged, it's not flushing. Like, I'm going to let them know, or I'm going to ask if it's something I'm not used to. But to pull the like, hell no, when she's been warning you about how they live, was a little much. Also, when you guys visit Africa and you go away from the big major cities, People still live in villages. Some people live in huts. Some people put together housing arrangements like Trish. You can live in some discomfort for a couple of days. Like, I just felt like he was rude. I don't know if you think I'm overdoing it, James, but I felt like it was rude.
It was rude.
It was rude.
It was definitely rude. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm also like, if you love this woman so much, why have you not bothered to learn her culture? Even Lisa was on the internet Googling fufu, what it goes in. She learned some Igbo words, learned about Nigerian culture. Lisa went and looked up the culture for Daniel. And I hate that I have to use her as an example, but she did it. And Forrest, he's been to the Philippines before. He's doing stuff for Sheena. I'm looking like, what's wrong with you, Rick? What's wrong with you? Rick and Jovan, y'all doing Black men in America bad and proving why you got to look for love overseas. Because I see now the women out here don't want you because they have sense. That's what it's looking like. But everything, for the most part, goes okay. He shows around. They all eat dinner together as a family. And this is where the dad starts asking questions. So the way it works in Malagasy culture is it's not just like an American culture where your parents really only need to know your spouse when they're asking for your hand in marriage, right? In their culture in Madagascar, in their tribe, you have to get permission to even be seen publicly with someone's daughter. If you want to date publicly, the family has to approve it and accept it. And it has nothing to do with marriage. They just have to accept it. I kind of like that because I feel like for some people, they might need the help of their family with choosing spouses. Like, and I understand that in American culture, this might be a disaster because half the time the family is what's wrong with the person that's trying to date. But it makes sense and shows that some traditions are good. And I respected the order of it. It makes it like, why wait till they're in love and ready to get married to accept them? Why not get that out the way ahead of time? So if it gets to that point, it's not a problem. It makes sense. And the dad also asked Rick his age. And now the dad was friendly till he found out that man was 52. The dad said, "You are my age. We're the same age." And he was confused. And he also looked a little disgusted because he explains after the age, he was like, that's a little bit of a concern. Then he asked Rick, because of the age, he's like, so have you been married? Like, why are you 52 and none of that? And Rick was honest, which I was glad about. I think he was honest because I think he doesn't want to be with Trisha in a long time and is hoping the dad says no, but I'll digress. But Rick lets the dad know that he has been divorced twice, has 3 kids over 30, and 2 kids under the age of 5. And the dad then looked like he was done, but asked, so do you want more kids? Which was a fair question because 52-year-old knows that another 52-year-old probably don't want no more kids and to start over. And Rick lies and says he's unsure. The dad says, well, when will you be sure? Asking the questions Trisha should have been asking. And Rick says, well, I'll be sure when I'm ready to ask your daughter's hand in marriage. But for me, like, if that was my dad would have been like, no, nigga. And when is that going to be? When will you know that you want her hand in marriage? My dad would not have let that go. But this man couldn't speak English and had no choice but to let it go. And Rick, you should have told the father that you do not want kids. You should have said to the father, I do not want kids, but I love your daughter. That's what you should have said. But instead, you find more ways to dangle and hang on to the relationship that you know is not going to work because you're a cheat, because you're a lie, because Trish is not going to get over it. And now you don't want to give her babies. And the dad explained that in their Malagasy culture that having children matters more than wealth. To them, if they see people who have fancy cars, lots of money, good clothes, it doesn't mean shit if you don't have kids. They said having kids makes you rich and is their greatest pride. And I was like, oh, I love men like that. He reminded me of my dad. My dad makes no excuse to be a dad. And I love dads like that who just love on their kids. But yeah, he lied. He lied, James. How'd you feel about, I don't want to say Rick's lies because you may not have felt he lied. How did you feel about him meeting the family?
No, because I do think that he lied. Absolutely, because he does not want more children. Like, he said that out of his own mouth, and the fact that he now changed his answer to where he's more uncertain, that is a lie. You were adamant that you did not want children. That was a big issue between you and Trisha. So the fact that you are now saying, "Oh, well, I'm unsure" or anything like that, no, you stand on it. And for me, I said this in a previous live when we recapped the show, I feel like he's full of shit. You can give her kids because you have baby children. You have children under 5. I feel like, what is one more or 2 more? But that would mean your ass would have to get up and get a fucking job instead of selling weave out your trunk. So that's the reason why you don't want to have more kids, because you know that shit is going to cost you. So to me, I don't know. I just feel like it was kind of sad in a way. But Trish, also, I have to look at you too, because I would have ended this relationship a long time ago, because he cannot give you what you want. You guys are not on equal levels. He has children that are older than you. He said he had 3 grown children. One of them we know for sure is older than you. So I feel like, for me, I feel like this was not the kind of man you should have been with, because y'all are on 2 different levels of life. Even though he could give you the life you ask him for, he does not want that.
Okay.
Or what Shani said in the chat, because I agree with that too.
Yeah. Let me get the comments out. My apologies. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I was booking a makeup appointment. I got a concert next week. And all of my attention. Let me see here. It's always something on James's block. They always make noise when he live. Inconsiderate jerks. No, you guys, James lives on a main street right off of the freeway. Like, literally, you could see the freeway from his house. So if it's not the cars from the freeway that you're hearing, you're going to hear the cars from the city trying to get to the freeway. And he also lives by a very large, it looks like, establishment that people go to, like, hang out, have breakfast, things like that. So yeah, I haven't heard any of it though, Shani, but I have a loud ass AC behind me. So there is that. But yeah, he lives on a very busy street. There's only so much he could do, honestly. Looking up the show now, the last episode was 2 hours. They are all 2 hours. So is Love After Lockup, which we'll be covering when it comes back in May, but those are 90-minute episodes. A lot of these ignorant shows, y'all, have way longer episodes because it's hard to compact ignorance, y'all. I like that idea too. And if you want to go on a walk together, yes, we need some elders walking at least 10 feet behind, like Michael Carter. Oh, The Godfather. I love those movies. Are all these kids by the same women? No, not at all. Several. That's what he was like. I'm married twice. I've got 3 grown kids and 2 younger ones. They all coming from different women, except for like the last 2, I believe, are the same parents. Rick is just a red flag. And I think he ran out of options of women to fool in LA. So now he has to go across seas. That's what it's given. Hi, Vibe. You guys check out Vibe X as well. He is a YouTuber. He's got lots of AI reviews. I enjoy them. I think they're entertaining. Be sure to watch them. I also share them to the channel from time to time. Watching this episode like y'all met online 2 months ago and already talking about marriage. The math ain't mathing. That's what these people do. That's what they do. That is 90 Day Fiancé. Nah, James, that brother thinking about all that child support he gonna have to pay. That's a good point.
As I said, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would hope he's thinking about child support. One would hope. Did you want to add anything to Rick and Trisha?
No, I just, in a way, there's more drama with them that, I'm glad, based on where he is not coming out. But at the same time, I feel for her, because you could tell looking at her that she is like, this is not going to work. This is not going to last. And I'm like kind of embarrassed that now I've bought this man up here. I'm trying to, get my dad to approve, but then I'm wasting my dad's time because I know this shit ain't going to work. She just had a look of disgust on her face, and I felt bad. I wanted to give her a hug. I really did.
She was sitting there not even wanting to translate, because she knows what her parents expect. She knows what her culture expects, and she knows what she wants. He is opposite of all of that, and she's still sitting in it. And it's unfortunate, because I feel like if it wasn't for her culture, she would walk away.
Yeah.
She would, but what can we do? Forrest and Sheena. Molly, I missed you, girl. You make me want to drive the 12 hours to Oregon and say hi. Because I feel like I could take Molly anywhere. I feel like I could take Molly with me to the hood and she would make friends. And I don't know who else feels that way about Forrest's mom, but I feel like she would do well in any environment you put her in. I just do. Or she would get lost and make a friend and someone would help her. But either way, that's doing well if you could get someone to help you. But we get no Molly this episode. We just stuck with Forrest's big ass and Sheena's big ass. And the two of them they're trying to go about enjoying like their day and things of that nature. But I missed the comment. She said, okay, James, you live on Main Road. You don't ever have to worry about seeing Doris and her cornball.
I might. You should. If the
Doris
alleged.
may be wanting to rent an apartment soon.
Okay.
She
She's
ain't
gonna get thrown
paid
out of the house. Yeah.
She owe her
Unless she wouldn't have paid it, and when she got her checks at the reunion.
Hold on, sorry. But yeah, these two are running around. Basically, Forrest is upset because Molly's upset. His mom is upset about the fact that Sheena lies, and he feels like he's on his own with the relationship. I'm gonna just have to text this girl when I'm done. I can't think. I have a million things going on, y'all. I apologize. But his mom has distanced herself, which is the right thing for Molly to do. Do you feel like it's the right thing for Molly to distance herself from Forrest?
Yes, she has to. He's never going to learn if she continues to pick up the slack for him. I think that if she does create some distance and does create some levels of, okay, well, you got to find out for yourself. I've done all I can do. I led you to water. I cannot make you drink. So if you want to go ahead and just live like this, then you finna find out the hard way. And boy, did they.
Go ahead. The smile.
Somebody
convinced James. I've been trying to be his manager on the low. I'm trying to get him on TV. I feel like he would do well.
Oh, look, I know I would do well. That's the problem. It's funny because I had just started another book. I'm back into my writing hat now. And and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I don't want my life and me wanting to be a reality TV star take away from my writing bag, and because I want to be
nominated. Promo your writing. What you mean? Why y'all think the intro to Mizzes Best Reviews videos is a song by Also Best? Use whatever means you got to promo yourself.
That's true.
You can.
Yeah.
Look, he's like, this bitch always positive. Vibe X's page, you found it. I was having issues. I was unable to tag anybody in the description of my YouTube video. So I was going to tag everybody in the comments afterward that I normally do in my videos. I don't know why. So I will be doing that. But Vibe X, just check out the community panel and page on my page. And I believe I just recently shared a video of his because he just put up a Married to Medicine review of something. And then he put up something else from yesterday I had saw also. Oh, you got it. Okay, good. But Forrest and Sheena, they go to meet with the immigration attorney in Manila. I love the Philippines. The people are so polite. I love it. But I also really just want them to feed me. But they talk to the attorney and the immigration attorney. They explain the situation because Forrest is like, since me and Sheena are going to be together, I want to look into what it takes for her to come over. Now, Forrest, you and Sheena have been together for 7 motherfucking years. And your big ass is telling me that you just now decided to look into what the fuck goes into sponsoring her to come to America. What the fuck you been yelling at Sheena? And why has your mom been bitching at Sheena and the family, questioning them about their money while you broke, which I'm going to get to in a moment, when you haven't even looked up how much money you will need to sponsor Sheena? Now, Laura, when she learned out about BeerCon's debt, she said, well, I have to have money in the bank and I'm responsible for sponsoring him for 10 years. So that's someone who's done their research. Why have not you, Mr. Forrest? Sheena gets a pass. She has a job. This nigga ain't got no job. He doesn't do anything all day but wait for Sheena to look into all the devices in his single wide. That's all he does. He ain't got no job. He has nothing but time, and he has the technology. He got more technology than me and James do, and we're YouTubers. Why have you never looked up how to visit your Sheen, baby bear? Why?
No, why haven't you looked up getting a certificate in some tech job so you could have one doing the fields that you like to do since you got a smart home, a smart mobile home?
I can't understand it. I genuinely cannot understand it. So the attorney asked Forrest if he working. And Forrest says, well, and you know when people ain't got no job and they like to give you a longer explanation, because if you are working, yeah, I work. Even if you working on your own and making small amounts of income, yes, I work. Forrest never says that. Well, see the situation here, and if we carry the two and look into this, and I've got this, and I want you to feel sorry for me because this is what I was taught to do as a colorless man. So I'm on disability. Negro, if you don't fucking lead with the you on disability and the meanest taxpayer dollars is paying for your goddamn check and your lifestyle, as well as everybody filming for the show and the people working on the crew and James in Arizona, you are on Social Security. That is a federal program. That means everybody's tax dollars who does work are contributing for you to not work. Now, ordinarily, I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is he has Social Security, which is common. If you have a child with a disability or who's on the spectrum, it is common for parents to get a payout for that child. And then when they're an adult, they no longer have their parents as their payee and they become their own payee. This is common. How do I know? Social worker, went to school, work in the field. Believe me or don't fucking believe me. I'm that's where I'm at today. I'm hungry. But it doesn't make sense for us that you would think that your untaxed income is going to be allowed to use to sponsor someone coming to this country. It is already hard enough to come to this country. It's especially hard with our current administration and government. And you think that money that you get from other people who get their ass up and work, autistic included, you think that you could use the money that you getting for free to sponsor somebody to come live with you? That's not how life works. And I don't think Forrest has the intention of ever getting a job. I think that's why Molly and them are trying to get Sheena over there so that somebody will be in place to take care of him because Molly is getting older and not going to be able to do it no more. That's what I personally think is happening. We also have to remember their storyline is BS because pictures have resurfaced, and I hope they bring it up at the tell-all, that Forrest and Molly have met Sheena before already. So they're acting like this is the first time they've met, and it's not. And disability is not going to pay you more than $26,000 a year. The government says if you want to make more than that, get off your ass and have a job. Forrest, in my opinion, is taking advantage of the United States system of disability. There are some people who are severely autistic and moderately autistic that truly cannot work and still struggle with functions. There are adult day programs for people of that nature. Those are the people that need the check. If Forrest can communicate, stand up to his mother, figure out how to navigate getting to a country across the world, talk to her family and want this lady to live with him, then he can get a fucking job. And if Social Security is paying you less than $26,000 a year, then I promise you that they're giving you, because I work in this field, they say to you, you can work a certain amount of hours per week and still have your benefits. Why do they say that? Because they know that it's not enough of an income to live on. But lazy motherfuckers like Forrest work hard so that they can live on just that. You can work. That's all I'm saying. He irked me. I didn't mean to give a mouthful there, but he can absolutely work. They leave the place figuring out that they're not going to get approved at all for a visa for her to come to him. And they're told that his only option would be if he married Sheena in the country of the Philippines. And then because he got married in their country, it would be recognized in their country. And there would be no income requirement, which there is in every country to get in. There would be no income requirement for him if he is married to her. So they leave the office and Sheena says, well, why don't you just live with me and I'll take care of you until you get it together? Because she said taking care of her family on the small salary she gets in the Philippines compared to the American dollar, she's not going to be able to do it. And she shouldn't have to. She should not have to. So she says that to him. And he's like, well, I'm wondering if this could be an option, but I'm not sure. Now, Sheena, you shouldn't have even opened that up as a topic, because when that man asked the attorney, how long am I going to have to work for to get her into the country? That should have told you he doesn't intend to keep working. When James looks for a job, or when I look for a job and we're talking to each other, it's never a how long we have to work for. We have to fucking work. Like,
there's no option.
You have to.
You have to. It just baffled me, because he said in the scene, he goes, I've had some trouble with jobs that I've had in the past, because, doing the job, I have gotten frustrated and it didn't end well. And I'm just like, that's not what they're saying about you, Forrest. Allegedly.
It's not.
It's not what they're saying about you. It's actually the opposite.
Yeah. Sounds like you knew how to do the job, but you were fucking rude, from what I've seen when he was working at video places and gas stations in Oregon, because some of the owners are speaking out on the internet and on YouTube. Sounds like he was rude and difficult and didn't respect authority.
Yep.
Which I could believe with a mama like Molly, who says when you turn 18, you're going to get stuff. He also learned that to sponsor her, he doesn't just have to get a job, but he has to maintain the job the whole time. While you sponsor her, in order for her to come over, you can't just get a job and say, okay, well, I got this job, so I'm good. No, nigga, this ain't the welfare office, okay? They're looking and watching you. You're trying to bring a person into a new nation. It may not be a foreign nation to you, but she is considered a foreign entity, and she is coming into a foreign nation to her. So on each side, it's like, if you really care about Sheena, you would have been looked this up. But he is debating on if he wants to stay in the Philippines. How'd you feel about this scene? I know not much happened with them this episode, but
I was just annoyed because she started that fucking crying.
That's all she do.
I'm getting annoyed with, and I'm not saying that people can't have an outburst of emotion. I'm not saying that, but her defense mechanism whenever she is challenged with something is to pout and is to cry like a little fucking girl. And this is a grown-ass woman in her 40s. I'm not going to sit up here and coddle these tears all the fucking time. Because half the time you crying is because of shit you be doing. And when you get caught, you manipulate the situation by using tears. Just like you manipulating Forrest right now by using tears. He does not have a fucking job. He does not want to get one. And he's trying to manipulate the system by working long enough just to get you over there. So potentially you could take over and pay. Because let me tell you guys, she's a veterinarian. In America, a veterinarian, no matter what state you go to, it could be the poorest, it could be the richest. They make a lot of money. So
she should start the path on her own to apply for citizenship here without them first.
Yes, because I'm sure there's a company giving her credentials that would sponsor her and bring her here. I don't understand why
she even if she came here and found a way to teach others how to become veterinarians, or to help people through their externships who are becoming veterinary technicians. Like I feel like with her degree and the country it's from and it being a respected degree, Sheena can come here. It's probably harder and more expensive to do it independently, but Forrest will never be able to help her, I don't think. No. I think he's committed to living on disability for the rest of his life. Bum. He's a fucking bum, because he doesn't have to live that way. He doesn't. There are people, I have clients, y'all, I have a caseload of about 35 people in my current job, and I would say most of them are on disability, and I would say that they all have a reason to be on disability. And it's funny, they all try to get off of it. So it's an insult to people who need it and want to get off. I have clients that have literally tried to go to interviews, tried to get jobs, and have shut down, and they've had to call me to come do motivational and interventional counseling to calm them down. Like, not everybody on disability is what Forrest is. A lot of people are on disability because of what the fuck the definition is. They're disabled. And most people are not happy to be disabled, so it's unfortunate, but maybe he'll learn a life lesson, like things like buying a home, things like that you want to do. You can't even rent an apartment everywhere with just a disability check. Like, his life is truly limited on this, and it doesn't have to be. It's like, you don't love yourself enough to change that for us. You don't love your girl enough to change it. And autism is not an excuse for it. You can work. You can fucking work. I have a cousin that has moderate autism that is an adult that struggles, works a job and struggles, has tics and things at the register, and people will walk him through it and he still works a fucking job and has been doing it for years and years and years. So Forrest, you can too. I'm sick of them motherfucker. Like the video, y'all. Jules said disability means liability for unsuspecting taxpayers. Preach. They must be very well prepared under the current administration, and it probably still won't work. Lazy mentality and not even trying. Him coming on this show wasn't smart to do on disability, because when it come time, you know you have to recertify annually for that. He better hope the person handling his recertification don't watch TLC, because that counts as work. Just saying, every bit that they film counts as work in California.
Yeah.
Disability, is it in his brain? Because there are jobs you can do for both. That's what I'm saying. He can work. He just don't want to. And I'm not going to make him. And Molly's not either. And apparently Sheena's not either. So we shall see. I don't know how people fall in love with people who don't have a work ethic. That's weird to me. Anna and Jovan are the last couple we're going to discuss. And I don't even care to discuss Anna and Jovan, but I'm going to do it. She mad as hell, but this time she got a right to be, because he looked at her and was like, you need to be grateful for what you got and shut the fuck up, basically. He just found a polite way to say it, but she caught what he was putting down. So she stormed out with his wallet. And it seemed like when he asked for his wallet, she said no to giving it back, but then allowed him to get in the little cab to take them home. They go home. Now, one thing I will give Jovan, he is good at giving her space. He did come out and try to talk to her, which he did not do before. Last time he said he wanted to give her space, I felt like he was doing it because he just wanted to protect himself. This time, I feel like he knew he fucked up.
Yeah.
Especially with the little gay boy doing his nails, who, when it happened, was like, I don't know if you caught his face.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he knew he messed up this time and did go out there. I don't like Jovan's thought process. I think that it's a very toxic, it's a form of toxic masculinity in the worst way, but I think it comes from a place of insecurity. I just do. But I think he's going to figure out with Anna that it's not going to work. But they get home and she explains that she has trauma from growing up in an abusive household. Her father abused her and her mother coming up. And she said that she will never let a man disrespect her. And that's why she pops off. It makes sense, but Anna, you're 30 something and so is Jovan. In my opinion, if people get past 30 and they're still talking about like, this happened to me and that's why I respond that way. Well, psychology says, y'all, if you can identify why you respond in a certain way, that you can identify and stop the behavior. So I don't think that that's really an excuse. And though Jovan has been an asshole, he has not been aggressive. He has not gotten physical. He has not called her out of her name. He's not even really cursed at her. He's just got ignorant, toxic viewpoints. But you can't put what someone else did on someone else who's here. Not to say he's innocent. He's an idiot. He's terrible. But he's not. He doesn't give domestically abusive. Right. He gives a domestic headache, if that makes sense. That's just me. But not much happens. He did say something that pissed me off because Anna's like, so I'm strong and that's why I do that. And he's like, I know you strong, but sometimes you too strong. This is what I mean by he's not abusive, but he's toxically stupid.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be mean to you, Jovan, but it's just given you haven't had very much experience with women. And so you move like you're just excited to talk to whatever women will acknowledge you. He gives that. But how do you feel about him?
I actually agree with you. I don't think he has much experience with women at all. And I think the experience that he does have women is women glorifying his presence or existence. And I think that that's the problem because Anna's not doing that to the extent that probably women in his town probably do. And I think that that's why he doesn't feel the need to really try with her because what she's asking for is not really that hard to give. She's asking for some romance. She's asking for sweet notions. And she's asking for you to step up as her husband. You're looking at it as she's trying to control you. She's trying to tell you what to do. She's trying to make things difficult. She's trying, like, He's making an excuse. And as I tell you, I always question men like this. I do, just because it should not be that hard, especially when you hold all the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you could try. It's not that hard, especially
That's a
if you're
good
really
point.
into that woman.
She hasn't even said anything. Like, as quiet as it kept, Jovan, if you was dating a woman from the UK, really anywhere in the EU, the Nordic countries up there, America, Canada, you wouldn't get away with this, because we would be asking, well, why are you sitting at this job? You got to control, and you want to clock money and where it's going and all of this. Get a better job. But
Right.
I think he knows what he can get away with Anna. And I think you're very right in that the women he has dealt with praise the feet that the ground that he walks.
Yes, because
he doesn't deserve.
He does not deserve it. And to some extent, he's wanting her to do it too, especially because he keeps throwing out, it's not in confessionals or in confessionals, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. She's ungrateful, or she's asking too much. And it's like, she hasn't asked you to do one thing.
She really hasn't even asked
She
him
hasn't
to buy
asked you to
stuff.
do
She just wants
anything.
affection.
She just wants affection. She wants to feel you as her husband that she has not physically met in 3 years. Like, she wants
6. Boo.
6. Oh, 6. Sorry, excuse me.
These
6. Sorry.
fools.
Yeah, she wants that, and I feel like she's deserving of that as your wife. And I feel like because you have not physically been with her, you would want it too. It's questionable. That's why I say it's questionable, because it's like, if I'm with somebody and I've been married to them all this time, this is my first time seeing them, it probably would take a lot for us to get out the bed. I'm just saying.
Honestly, that's a good point. Because if I don't see my husband for a day, or if we have a busy work week, where I tell you we will stay in the bed and just be with each other, so I don't understand why his energy is that. But we have to also remember, from the beginning of the season, I feel like he's been texting his little friend.
I do too.
That they had that argument about. And I hope to see their story continue, because I want her to call out all of it. But that is really it for this episode. Before the 90 days is going and going. And I know 90 Day Fiancé is back in May. So I'm assuming we may be here till May, child. But
oh Lord.
It is a lot. Apologies. I am picking up Ladies of London. I have not had time to put out a review. I am a little behind at school. I have school. My job has been extremely busy. And then I've also been doing activities and helping my husband with some stuff as well. So I've been busy. Ladies of London, I'm not going to do live. If you guys give a good amount of views for my little pre-record, then I may consider doing lives and stuff. But for now, I'm going to put out the premiere episode review going over the cast and characters. I'll have that up tomorrow morning on the channel at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. So that's 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. What else do I have? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be doing. I'm also going to do a live soon, hopefully with James, to discuss Love and Hip Hop Atlanta as we get closer to the end of this season, because this is supposed to be the last season, which has been confirmed by 2 cast members now, 2 or 3 cast members.
2 or 3, yep.
So I just thought it'd be fun to discuss like Love and Hip Hop, the era where some of the celebrities will go from there and things like that. I appreciate you for covering that headache of a show with me for 3 years, James. So thank you for that. Other than that, The Single Life, I'll get that review out maybe tomorrow. The Single Life, I'm not really feeling the season. I'm not going to lie. I'm also not getting the views I would like. So might just finish the season out, not come back to it, see what I'll do. But James does have a lot of shows that are going to be coming back to his channel, I believe. Housewives of Atlanta will eventually come back sometime before May. You also have Bell Collective right now.
Yes.
Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh, you're losing Married to Medicine.
Yep, I'll be losing Married to Medicine in 2 weeks, because they're only having a 2-part reunion, which is fine because they usually are a quick one. But I'm getting Real Housewives of Atlanta back.
I feel like there's something else you're getting back.
I feel like it's just not coming to me. I feel like I'm getting another show that's coming back.
I think Bell Collective. the Birmingham one. Thank you, Jewel. I appreciate you for talking.
I don't think that premieres for another couple of months.
Oh, wow.
We
Okay.
haven't-
Well,
I
I'm
haven't
trying
seen
to
the trailer.
convince
I
James
haven't
to
seen the
cover
trailer yet.
Temptation Island. I'm trying to convince him to cover that. I'm trying to think what else would be good for you to cover.
Yeah, because I have Bell Collective, House of Villains, and Love and Marriage Huntsville for now, and then of course Married to Medicine. So I have 4 shows that are active now. I'm losing one, but then gaining one in April, and I usually have 4 to 5 shows total. So it's still in that realm. So when I lose Bell Collective and Love and Marriage Huntsville, that's when we scramble for more shows. But I'll probably pick up another, depending on my work schedule. I'll probably pick up more when I know definitely what I'm getting.
Subscribe to his channel, y'all, so that you guys can know, because a lot of the shows he covers are on OWN or Bravo, and their time, well, specifically with the OWN shows, it's hard because of the mess that is Carlos King. Yes. We don't even know how long this season of Love and Marriage will be on, or how many episodes of Bell Collective we'll get, or if we'll get the full season in a reunion, or if we'll have to wait for another weird break or whatever. Look, they probably gonna call the next break their spring break, but spring break is over. But I digress.
Listen, I'm already expecting them to go off in about 3 more episodes, so we good.
We don't even know. But
Yeah.
James does have unpopular opinions and lots of stuff on his channel. I encourage you guys to subscribe to James, subscribe to Kiwan JTV, subscribe to Shayna_MCD, VibeX, JB Says What, Sandra P, Miss Kira Speaks. There are several others that I can't remember, but y'all know I fuck with you the long way and I love you anyway. But I appreciate y'all for supporting my little recap of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. We'll be back again next week. Catch me on James's channel. In the meantime, love and light. Thank you for being here, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios.